Hi, my name is Hussein Ahmed, and you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be talking about language in public speaking. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on the notification icon so that you always get a notification when I upload a new video. So in public speaking, we have what we call language. Now language is a concept that you use in understanding how to relate with your audience. We have the L1, which is your mother tongue, and we have the L2, which is the lingua franca. That is the general language of your country, your nation, or your environment. And it also refers to the language of the colonial masters to your country. Now, when you are deciding the language you want to use in your public speech, you need to be very considerate of your audience. For instance, we are going to be making use of the communication model in understanding the importance of language in public speaking. Now, in communication model, we have the sender, we have the channel, message, feedback, we have the receiver, and of course, we have the channel from the receiver's end. Now, we are going to be making use of this model in understanding the importance of your language selection in sending a message to your audience through public speaking. Now, in communication model, the first concept is the sender. Now, when a sender wants to send a message to his or her audience, he considers which language am I going to use, how do I relate with my audience, which language is my audience going to understand more, who are my target audience. When a sender wants to send a message, he also considers which channel am I going to make use of. Now, the channel most of the times or sometimes determine the kind of language you are using. Let's take, for instance, if you want to send a message to a particular target in a rural community in Kano State, your channel is going to be through radio or through television. Now, because you're making use of hearing, you are going to make use of Hausa language, not English language. That is a determination. That shows that language is important when you are deciding how to relate with your audience. Coming back to communication model, the next one is the message. Now, this message is where you determine which language are you using and which language is going to get to the vast majority of your target. If your target are 70% of English speakers or 70% of English people, then it means you're making use of English language. If your target are not English speakers, then it means you're going to make use of the indigenous language your target is good with. The next determinant to understand the language is very important in public speaking is noise. When you send a message to a person or a group of people or an organization, the interruptions or the obstacles that you're going to experience in between are all called noise. Let's take, for instance, you want to send a message to a particular set of people and it's through the television. When you have interruption in your network, if you are connecting to internet, that is a noise. Internet is a noise. So noise can refer to any kind of obstacle or any kind of hindrance for you to receive a message fluently. Noise can be something positive in another context. But then when you are intended to receive a message and you don't get the message accordingly the way you are supposed to, that is noise interrupting. So in cases of language, when you pass to your audience or your target audience a particular message and vast majority don't understand what you're saying due to the barrier in language understanding, then it means you are making noise. It means the knowledge you are trying to pass across is a noise to the vast majority that cannot understand what you're saying. So in order for you to avoid making noise to your audience, you need to understand what is the language vast majority of my audience understand. In doing this, you are giving your receiver the chance to understand what you are trying to say. In determining which language is best for my audience, in knowing which language is best suited for my audience, you are on the successful part of making your audience come to terms with whatever you are delivering to them. Now, your receiver have different methods or different channels of receiving the message. You can send a message through written means, which is print media, and the receiver is going to receive it through electronic means, which can be television or radio. You can send a message through television, but your receiver is going to get it through online or through social media due to the involvement of new media. Where, for instance, the Juicy News, which is the first person to receive a new story, takes down a story according to how they want to take it down, be it print media, newspaper, which is newspaper or magazine, or they decide to take it in through voice record or through video coverage. Now, how you send your message, your receiver is going to determine how to receive the message. And of course, the importance of language cannot be underestimated, which is why we have indigenous language transcribers. We have people who transcribe English to other languages. We have people who transcribe indigenous languages to English language or to other official kind of languages. So the importance of language is highly technical. When you want to decide public speaking, you also need to decide which language am I using, how do I portray this language to these people. Now, in our next public speaking class, we are going to be talking about practical strengths and weaknesses of having intonations or indigenous accent during public speaking while using an official language. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in our next public speaking class. Bye bye.